Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the Just Flight BAe 146-300 model. And we're flying for Walker Air Transport. And we're gonna do a very short flight from O'Hare to Michigan, to the formerly named Tri-City Airport, but now basically just called KMBS Airport, and it's in Saginaw, I think it's pronounced, but could be butchering that pronunciation. But it's a very short flight, and yeah, not much else to mention. I've flown a couple times with the BAe 146. It's a great aircraft. I haven't, as with a lot of my aircraft, I haven't really flown it enough. I should really pick like an aircraft and just fly that one for a while, but I'm really bad at that. I really like to switch things up. So hence why you can probably notice with my videos they're always different aircrafts, or at least most of the time. Some are quite reoccurring, like the FS Labs A320 or the Tolis A320 Neo. But yeah, let's actually jump into the cockpit, just because I haven't really readied everything. You can't set the parking brake just yet. We need to prep some things first. We can start with the batteries, and this is a very well modeled aircraft. I think it's even better in Microsoft Flight Sim. They also have the Avra version, which looks amazing. So if you have Microsoft Flight Sim, do go and get that. It's totally worth it. We can do those. Oh wait, those we don't want to do yet. We want to get the. Do we have? Oh yeah, we need to get that connected first. Now, let me see. Can we? There we go. That was odd. Okay, maybe just me misclicking. So now we have the external power, which means we can. Well, not quite yet. We do need some pumps. We can put that on auto, but that should give us the parking brakes, and we can now operate the jetway, use United Airlines, connect that. We have some nice Metro Air and United aircrafts here. Well, even with the old Continental outfit. I guess United bought Continental, or they merged, something like that. Yeah, I assume at least. Let's see, can it connect somewhat nicely? Good. Let's also just kind of get everything. Let's put one pump on the emergency. We can arm those. We can make sure we have the nav lights on. Question is where they are. I think it's this one. You can do high or low. Let's just do high. No smoking. We can put that on. And do we also have the engine fire test? So these are the test ones. I know, for example, the Quality Wings one doesn't do these buttons. No circuit breakers, but that's fine, right? Avionics Masters, we can do all of these. I also like to do these. And put the brake fans on. Not sure if you really want to do it at this point, but I just do it to keep the pace up. The first things first is just make sure we load everything correctly, and then we can kind of start GSX, etc. boarding. We should be at a 0 fuel weight of 7. Let's actually see, can we write this? 74140. That didn't play out the way I thought it would. Maybe you can't write it like that. Maybe it's the best to just kind of fill in here. So we want to be 83. Oh, sorry, because we're. That's probably why. So 74140. Okay, that will do. And then we should have fuel weight. That's a bit below. Let me see. So we want to be at 10. 10,516. 10,516. And now we should be at a takeoff weight. Oh wait, 0 fuel. That's high. That's very high. Okay, now it does seem to be working. Let me just double check. I don't always trust these. Yeah, okay, gross weight 84. Okay, good. Now it's looking correct. And we have the GPU connection, and we can start the boarding process. And actually, before we start that, I'm gonna start the Walker Air A-car system. Smart Cars 3 to be precise. I'm gonna move it away, and once we wait on that, we can do pack X and the rest. I'm just gonna do the basic one. Flight level, we're not flying super high, so that's fine. And we are flying, let's see, we have the 146 here. Maybe not actually, so maybe we can just do something similar. CRJ maybe? Yeah, 66, that seems reasonable. Doesn't seem like too much. And then what else can we do? We can also do our boarding music and our custom safety brief. Safety, and then Walker, and we can start that. And we'll also start the boarding process through GSX. And that should be about it for now. We can do the flight director bars. Do we have to align any IRS or similar anywhere? We don't need to attach the pushback tug, at least not yet. We don't need to board the crew. What we can do before we get going, we can just do a quick walk around, just making sure everything's okay with the plane. Here we have our lovely ground crew taking care of things. And it's actually a very nice aircraft, this one. It's very good looking, very well modeled for being P3D. Also in terms of both the interior, which looks amazing, and the exterior. It's really sucky in that regard that Just Flight didn't release more for P3D, because a lot of their earlier releases were kind of shitty, while some of their later ones were better. Here I can though see a bit of a miss in the fuselage, probably related to the livery of Walker. I can remedy that myself at some point. Always annoying to see. What else? But generally it looks good. The aircraft itself looks good. It's just the livery that has this one window. My guess is that it's just been missed by quality assurance. But yeah, very, very well modeled aircraft. Actually one of the planes that looks extremely good from the outside. I'm trying to think which other planes look good, but there's a few ones. PMDG, Captain Sim ones look really good, at least in P3D. Okay, let's go here beneath. Most things look good, no worries. in terms of the probes, etc. So it's looking good. We can be content. And I'm gonna switch the view. I'm gonna check our outside view. Yeah, it looks pretty good. We can keep this very nice kind of viewpoint, seeing the baggage being boarded, etc. The thing we need to do next is we need to power on the UNS. Would love to do that. And we also need to do, actually before we do, I'm gonna move this one away. We also wanna import our flight plan to pilot to ADC. So we have that, and you can see the flight plan isn't anything controversial. We're going up a bit towards, I guess this is Milwaukee. Then we're gonna fly over here. I guess this is Grand Rapids. And then towards Saginaw. I think I've done this flight before on this channel, but it was a while ago, so felt like the appropriate thing to do again. Yeah, we have an old database, but probably should be fine. We can accept. Anything else we need to do? Data, flight plan. So you can see it's a very kind of different FMC, which I like. It's very cool, but of course it is different. We can maybe do our flight plan. We don't do the fuel first. Maybe we can do the fuel actually first. So let me check if this one will. Well, actually easiest is just to take it from here, right? So 128, 1, yeah, let's just do that instead of following the flight plans. 128, we'll do this before we do the flight plan part. Cargo, 140. Still seems a bit low. Because I'm guessing the basic weight is quite a bit higher than that. That's like 56,530. And now we should be able to get this one aligned. Are we now talking?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure
Still
to
not
place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in
really
the front row, please place all
aligning.
of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know.
How many packs do we have?
After you put your carry-on
Let's
items
try
in the overhead bin
some
and
few
it is
different
full,
numbers.
close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit
7417.
down
Okay,
so
this
that
is
way
kind
other
of on
passengers can get by
point, so
you.
we'll keep it
If
at
you are
that.
seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit information
And then let's check our fuel.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to
Alternate.
perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that we can Feel
Hold.
free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any
We
other
have no
larger electronic
extra
devices are
fuel.
sealed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
What we do have, let me see, the block fuel is 10516. Okay, so this looks pretty reasonable. Let's just make sure there's nothing else to put in. I don't think so. And we can then go to flight plan. And before we do that, we'll actually check the flight plan here. And we can change this. I think I flew Finnair last time. Or the last flight I did. I don't think I finished that flight, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Airbus. No, yeah, okay, we can keep it Airbus. Doesn't really matter. RNAV, GPS. I think that's fine. Let's check. So there's no SID. Is there anything else that's different? It's direct Rainier, Bertman, TASE, MKG, MBS, KMBS. Okay, no SIDs or stars. That does make this easier. Approach. Let's do the ILS one, and maybe best to do the vectors one. So we'll load that. We'll check flight altitude is correct. We'll activate the approach. Hopefully we'll get an early vector, so we don't have to drive back and forth. The problem is that we have KMBS or MBS as a waypoint, so it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm actually wondering now, we do have MBS as a waypoint, but let's use the vectors one anyway, just because that's gonna make this a lot quicker. And we can now connect to the sim, and I'll populate this one. Ray near, correct, and then it was Taze, correct, and after Taze it was MKG, correct, after MKG it was MBS, and then we have KMBS.
Chicago O'Hare International Airport information Yankee.
Let me just see
651
quickly. I'm
local
gonna
winds are
change the 80s. Okay, menu, departure. That's gonna be runway 2 to the left. In case I'm not missing anything. No, 2 to the left is the correct one. So that's number 2 here. Yeah, that looks correct. And then I guess menu and the arrival one. That's gonna be runway 5. We are flying, I guess, the ILS, the 05. We have index, but we don't use any transition. So there should be a discrepancy, but there's nothing. So I'm actually wondering if we need to add. Let me go arrival. That's
We are
odd.
ready to go when you are.
Yeah, okay, runway 1. And we can use that one as the star.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
So then it's Ulster,
with service to Saginaw.
KMBS. Okay, at least we have something to follow. Probably not gonna work completely, but doesn't matter. Different altitude levels. Should probably put that in if we have that info. So it's climb, and then it's 250 at MKG, right? So let's see. Can we populate that? Maybe not. Do we put it in anywhere though? Let me see. Data, nav data, Unilink. These, I think these are connected, so that's a bit of a bummer. Tabs, tune, nav. All of this looks correct. Performance page. Well, here we have the takeoff data. I know it was a while since I did this, but I think. And what's our kilo? It's gonna be around 84,000 pounds per kilo. That's gonna be around 38,000. So if we're doing a flap 18, we're gonna have 128 and 134. So 128. Oh, well, not 1,000 like that. 128. What was it? 134. Climb performance and the cruising altitude. That's gonna be 25,000. Okay, so that's good. And we got the data here now. So it looks like we have a nice kind of everything set up as we want it. The boarding processes are done. I think even pack X is probably done. So we can probably do a public address. Beacon. Do we want to keep that? Cabin emergency. Is it armed, I assume? And let's see the fasten seatbelt sign we can do. Let's check if that's an automatic one. It's not. We can put these radios or that radio on. And then what we want to do is start the APU. And the way to do that is to press start over there. And the APU is this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, a lot of traffic. It's always a lot of traffic here at O'Hare. Plus I have, you know, AI traffic, and then I have my own to get the virtual airlines. Okay, so APU is ready soon. That's gonna be very useful. We're gonna change to 80s because I just want to hear what's the altimeter.
Few clouds. Temperature 26. Dew
26.
16. Current QNH is 1019er.
Oh yeah.
Arriving runway 10 left. 09er.
We're in the
right,
US now.
09er center.
1019er.
Runway 10 left. 09er right.
So what's the
09er
in
center,
hectogram?
10 center. Departing runway 22 left. 22 right.
Let me see, how much can you do
Chicago
this?
O'Hare
Throttle,
International Airport
P, ref.
automated weather
Oh, you can
observation,
choose
651 local
the
winds are
degrees, right, to
0903
trick
at
the
4
engine.
knots. Visibility 10 miles.
10 miles visibility.
4,000 few clouds.
4,000 few clouds.
25,000 few clouds. Temperature 26. Dew point
APU
16.
gen.
Current altimeter is
Galley.
3009er.
APU.
Arriving runway 10 left.
3009er.
Center.
Good.
10 center.
Let's switch from it. And let me see if I remember this one correctly. So pack, we don't have any engine or pack, so we shouldn't, but the APU air we can do. We can also do this ones. Now you wanna do the engine anti-ice before, right? That was the thing. Right. Something weird with that. Walker 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Walker 4003 is cleared to Kilo Mike Bravo Sierra as filed. Expect departure runway 22 left.
22 left.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2
And we
minutes
have
after departure.
a relatively
Chicago
long
on 125.0.
taxi, unfortunately.
Squawk 5610.
5610.
Walker 4003 is cleared to Kilo Mike Bravo Sierra as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
5610.
Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Chicago departure on
This one we can put on as
125.0.
well.
Squawk 5610.
5610. Oh yeah, and this one was the weird thing where you want to deploy the spoiler in the air.
4003 read back correct altimeter.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
3009er contact O'Hare ground on 121.75 when ready
And you
for
want to come
pushback
with like
midday.
bit of a nose down approach.
Altimeter 3009er
And then just flare at the end.
ground on 121.75 Walker.
There's some nice YouTube videos that
4003.
shows how it looked in real life, which I can recommend highly. Okay, anything else to think about? No, let's do pushback. Or actually, we need to think about one thing. We don't need the external power. So that means we can disconnect it. Walker 4003, ready for pushback.
Walker 4003, pushback approved.
I don't think that's
Pushback
necessary to
approved
request in the
Walker
US, but we'll do it anyway.
4003.
just so we don't forget to request that in case it's needed in any way. Okay, getting all of that. Let's have a look at our viewpoints. I did them in advance at least this time. So some pretty nice ones, but nothing really amazing. For the pushback we can just do this, I think. Let's do the taxi one whilst we wait for the... Okay, we don't want that. Walker 4003 ready to taxi. Because I just want to see what they're gonna give us in that regard, so I know how we should be pushed back, either left or right. Let's have a look. Fuels
Walker
are off.
4003 runway 22 left.
Okay,
Taxi
we wanna
via
turn left.
taxiways Alpha. Golf, Golf 3, Golf 2, Golf 3, Golf 2, Bravo, Echo Echo, Victor, Yankee, Victor. Hold short runways 28 right, 22 left.
This is definitely not the airport I would choose if I
Runway 22 left.
if I ever tried
Taxi via
Vatsim.
taxiways Alpha.
Jesus Christ.
Golf, Golf 3, Golf 2, Golf 3, Golf 2, Bravo, Echo Echo, Victor, Yankee,
sorry,
Victor.
this one.
Hold short runways 28
Yeah, I wanna
right.
keep that.
22 left, Walker 400.
20 nautical miles seems reasonable. Yeah, dampener, is that on? The question is, that's the yaw dampener, right? Okay, let's see. We got the taxi clearance. So now we're just waiting for everything to connect. I don't think we need the PTU one, right? I hate that sound as well. For the engine starter one, we can start with number 4, I think. We then have the radar altimeter, etc. And I'm actually just gonna quickly check the data for this airport, since it was a while since I flew here. So it's gonna be 866. We wanna do nose left actually. So let's see, 86 or 870 should be good. Okay, and let's release the parking brake. So we have that ready. We can also do the localizer after that's like 187. Okay, start at will. We're seeing the number 4 engines pooling up. You can see it there. Let's see if we get it to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this Walker Air Transport flight.
We're seeing increasing TGT values. So that's good. That indicates that we're having a successful start. Can I get rid of this thingamabob?
It's important to fasten your seatbelt, even when the sign is off, in case we pass through unexpected turbulence.
I was certain there was somewhere you could put it, right? Or maybe we can just keep it off.
And make sure your seat is in the upright position. In case of a depressurization, oxygen masks will fall from above your seat. Please wear yours first.
Oh yeah, that one was removed.
In case of an emergency,
Okay, successful start, I would say.
locate the one nearest you, and it may be behind you.
I'm gonna start
At
engine
this
3.
moment, please make sure your phone is switched to airplane
Just
mode.
wait a little
Your
bit.
seatbelt is fastened,
We can
and your
put
seat is
these
on
two
its
on.
upright position. For further
Yeah,
information,
it's
please
time.
read the safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for flying with Walker Air Transport. We wish you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
And where do we see that aircraft? Is that reflection or are we seeing through? Must be reflection. Odd.
Lima 1 for 9 left.
Okay, let's see the viewpoints from the inside as well. Okay, I have a few ones that I probably won't use. Some okay ones. Okay, that was it. Okay, let's get back to the captain seat. Successful start there. Let's do engine number 2. We can also check, of course, the generators here. As you can see, they do seem to be working, so that's good. The vehicle is leaving us, that's nice. I'm gonna go flaps 18 already. Check that the trim settings are looking good. The engines are continuing to start. That's very nice. You even see some nice effects here behind the engines. They're not the most clearest ones, but they are there. Okay. I assume we can probably start our radar. We can do that one, the VX one, I guess. Map, I guess, also works. Stabilizer on. We can also start that one, the TGT, the Trust Management Computer, I think that's it. That's the name of it. And yeah, we have a good start on that one. Let's do the last one. Whilst we wait, we can do the runway lights, we can do the taxi lights. Not sure if these do anything. We do have working wipers, but no rain effects, unfortunately. Okay. We're basically set up correctly. We're just waiting for the final engine to start. Was a bit delayed there with the fuel switch. Very important switches, as we all know. For example, in relation to their India crash. And it's interesting because the fuel switches on this ones are connected to the throttles directly, so a bit different. Okay, anything else that we need to do before we go? Do we need that? Guess we can put it on. I doubt we need it. Can we check the... Oh wait, let me see here. Okay, I'm not getting any... Do we need the PTU for that? Okay, I'm not... Could the problem be... Okay, the rudder is working, but I'm seeing no authority in the... Let's see a bit once we start some more things. Yeah, because nothing is... Oh, there we go. I probably put in some sort of lock mechanism. Let's just keep it so we can see the joist or the yoke and avoid any unwelcome surprises. Generator 1 and 4 are on. We can do the pack, the ram air, and then I guess the fourth one. In terms of pressurization, I think it's on auto mode, but otherwise you can set it manually. We can turn off the APU generator. Not sure why the engine 4 one is saying off, but let's see. We can go off on that. We can do these ones. We can turn those off. And then I think we're basically ready. All systems are looking good. Let's see if I press LNAV again, if that has any... Doesn't seem to have any implications, so that's good. Let's release the parking brake. See if we get moving on idle. We don't. small engines on this aircraft. In terms of this one, I think we want to do a normal takeoff. We can switch a bit around, so we'll just keep it on that. I'm gonna add a bit more thrust, hopefully that gets us rolling. 187 and course 53, that's for the landing. So that's just good to put in. 05, we're just gonna put it in on all systems so we don't forget. There we go. And now we are taxiing on our way to 22 left to take off and go towards Saginaw. Anything we have forgotten at this point? I don't think so, but it's good to double check, of course. We haven't turned off the APU yet, so that was one thing. You see, that's why you double check. Or do it right from the start, but you know, we'll let that be unsaid. In terms of the taxiing, we are actually supposed to be following the yellow lines and not free roam. And we're supposed to turn to the right here. Say goodbye to the beautiful FS Dream Team Chicago. It's very nice. Specifically together with the what's it called? The Druzwecki Chicago City. Yeah, exactly. But that one looks very nice. Okay, we're on our way. I think we can arm the altitude as well, just so we have something armed. It's probably gonna change before we get there. You can also check that, seems to be working.
633 monitor tower on 119.1.
I'm not sure now if the system is following here. We can see it here though on the flight director, so that's nice. But is there any other switch we need to change? Doesn't look like it. It's great to think that I've been to O'Hare once when we flew in from Arlanda with the A330. I think I've said it probably multiple times when I'm flying in O'Hare, but just the sheer size of Chicago, with just buildings after buildings after buildings, they all look the same. It was crazy, or at least from the air they look the same. Never seen anything like that in Europe. It's more, the cities are more kind of less spread out, I would say, maybe.
Ground at Southwest 898 at Alpha 8 for push with India.
Okay, let's see if we need to turn soon. Yeah, I think we should turn at this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. And we then want to turn to the right on the second one. I think it's on the second bridge, right? Let's see. Yeah. Does that mean we'll crash right into the Spirit Airlines? Maybe. Hopefully not. But let's turn here and see what happens. If we crash, at least we
push back to depression and runway 3. Runway 3, your discretion, thanks.
At least we followed the right taxi plan. Yes, it turned off, thank God. Bye bye, Spirit. And on we go. Look at that 777. I want to fly it for Metro Air, but the routes, or I've flown it for the freighter ops, but the routes for the passenger ones are just extremely long. And I can use the time compression one, but I haven't really felt like it. But I really like the time compression on the 777. I did use it for the one flight I did Dubai, Kabul, and it's just great because you save so much time. Even though it sucks in a way that you don't really, it's not really the proper way to do it, but it does help. Okay, so we're not gonna turn on the first one because we don't want to drive right here next to the jetways, but on the second one we'll turn. So not this one, but the one after that we can. We can turn, I think. Yeah, exactly, so not this one. Some more Metro Air ones. But after this one we can turn. And what do we have in front of us? Is that a American 737? 800 maybe? 700 possibly? Okay, let's turn here.
Charlie, Foxtrot, cross 8, hold short of 12 at
And now it's basically straight until, so it's the third to last turn that we're gonna do. And then that one, and then it's gonna be right, and then immediately left. And then we're at our target. Or at our runway. What aircraft are these? Is that A330 and 777, I'm gonna assume? I know the Dash one is A330, but I think they only have, so Dash is a subsidiary of the Metro Air virtual airline. But I think the Dash one is only for the X-Works version. Let me have a look. I don't think they have the Tolis one. That would be dope though. Let's have a look here. So downloads. And what are we talking? We're talking A330. Yeah, they have the X-Works ones. A bit of a bummer. Okay, and we should turn. Let me see. Good, we got the flight in progress. I forgot totally to check the ACAR system, but it was able to pick it up on its own. So it's here we're supposed to turn. That's very lucky actually. Because, you know, I could have forgotten to log in, etc. But I did not apparently, or I did forget, but it did automatically log in. So, lucky me. So we're turning here. This looks a bit different on the Pilot ADC maps that they have from 25. So I'm gonna guess there's been some changes. There's not grass, but like some sort of divide in between these different roads or taxiways. Okay, so a direct to the left.
Top of 898, cross runway 12, continue to runway 3 via Charlie Foxtrot. Cross runway 12, continue to runway 3 via Charlie Foxtrot, southwest 898.
And I really like kind of the gauges on this one, on the 146. It is a very beautiful aircraft. Of course exteriorly as well, but specifically interiorly.
3 cross runway 28 right.
Clear to cross runway 28, right Walker 4003.
What?
Walker 4003, contact O'Hare Tower on
28.
128.15.
Right.
Tower on 128.15, Walker
But
4003.
we didn't cross it, did we? I don't think so. Oh, someone is coming in for a landing. An Airbus. Oh, is that an Atlantic Sun Airbus? Okay, that's cool. Let's see if it manages to land and get off before we take off. Walker 4003, ready for takeoff.
Walker 4003, hold short runway 22
Okay, hold
left.
short because they are seeing
Hold
that
short runway 22 left, Walker
annoying
4003.
Atlantic Sun vehicle or airplane that's coming or that has landed. What is it? The 78? Oh, a 787. A320. Goddamn! I need to get my eyes checked. It looked small, but it was huge. Has it turned? Get the hell out of my runway! Come on. You can turn. Please turn. Yeah, there we go. Bye bye. A bit annoying though with the PBR on the VLs. Not sure how to fix that because the deliveries are very kind of specific for the AI aircraft. Okay, flaps are set correctly. Trim.
Walker 4003, runway 22 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 22 left, Walker 4003.
Anything else we need to do? I don't think so. We are ready to rumble.
Walker 4003, winds are 093 at 4 knots. Runway 22 left cleared for takeoff. Squawk 5610, maintain runway heading until above 1,700 feet, then turn right to heading 045 to intercept course.
Runway 22 left cleared for takeoff. Squawking 5610, maintain.
Okay, let's see. The end
runway
value
heading
is
until
supposed
above
to be
1,700 feet. Then right to
93.7,
045
so
Walker
94 maybe we can put it as. Let's get
Walker
on
4003.
the center
You have
line.
not been cleared to line up and wait.
What? Clear for takeoff. God damn it. What? I hate when they start getting all weird. Squawking 5-6. Let's put that on actually. TARA. Let's see. Maintain runway heading until above 1,700 feet, then right to 045. Right to 045. Where's the heading bug? That's the heading bug. So we want to turn right to 0.
United 363, heavy contact departure. Have a good day. 363, see ya.
0, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Gonna start throttling up.
TMS sets takeoff.
TMS set takeoff. Okay. Let's see what values are we getting. We're supposed to be at 93.7. Okay, gonna release the brakes anyway. We're gonna be pretty close.
Power set, flex achieved.
Yeah, power set. Okay, let's maintain the heading.
Speed alive, both sides.
Speed alive on both sides.
80 knots cross-checked.
Checked. 100 knots. Checked. 120.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Okay, let's see. Are we? Yeah, we're taking off. There we go. Just took a bit longer than I thought.
Positive rate to climb, gear up.
Positive rate of climb. We're gonna maintain runway heading until we're above 1,700 feet. Okay. Then we wanna turn right to 045. Yeah, looking very nice. Not gonna complain. Okay, climbing, climbing, climbing. Runway exits, we can probably turn those off. 1,600, 1,700. We're gonna start turning right to 045 while still climbing towards 8,000 feet.
VFTO, safe
Walker
line speed,
4003, climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Contact Chicago departure on 126.62.
Climb and
Let's
maintain
see.
15,000 feet. Departure on 126.62 Walker 4003.
Maximum continuous thrust. We wanna do that. So we're gonna start
Departure Walker 400.
throttling down a bit.
To 15,000 feet.
15,000 feet.
Walker 4003, good morning. Altimeter 3008.
Altimeter 3008. Walker 4003.
Take an arm. Nothing, no aircrafts close by, so that's good to see. We're still climbing. Looking very nice. 3D really delivering those nice views, which is nice to see. This old gal is still holding up, and it's much to the credit of course, the great planes made by the different developers. For example, Just Flight. Okay, still climbing and turning. Yeah, still looks very nice, these surrounding areas here. It's just an amazing view, and you can see like the Chicago city, the center. It's very beautiful. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna climb. I need to trim a bit. I forget that when you've been flying Airbus for too long, you get a bit too comfortable not trimming. And trimming is a great tool, but of course, if you don't need to, it's even better. And I wanna trim. Question is, how much do you need to trim with this bird? Feels like it's quite a lot. There we go. 045 we wanna be aiming at. So that's 3, that's 4, and that's around it. So we can maintain this this heading. We did go a bit too. We turn a bit too much actually. But we do have the nav, so if we want to actually follow it, we should do the heading.
Walker 4003, contact Chicago Center on 120.35.
Okay.
Center on 120.35.
Very good.
4003.
Let's look at the. Oh, the speed is though a bit bad.
Center Walker.
I'm gonna raise the the flaps. That's why we're having problems climbing. So flaps coming up, and
Walker 400.
and increasing a bit of thrust. We wanna climb a bit at least. I'm gonna see if we have any.
Walker
We should definitely get a nice
climb and maintain 15,000 feet.
Screenshot with the airport, something
Climb
like this.
Maintain 15,000 feet. Walker 4003.
I mean that looks very nice. Okay, now we're climbing a bit better. What were they saying? Climb to 15,000 feet, and that we know. So we are on board with that. I'm gonna trim down a bit more. We don't wanna climb too quickly. We'll drain our speed or energy, whatever you wanna call it. The fast and seatbelt one can go. I'm gonna put that off already. And we can actually, you can see we're kind of getting closer to the nav. So we can soon actually, we can first start off by, now I'm gonna think. We're gonna push down the nose a bit. And then we can do the autopilot, and I think the best way to do it is that way. So let's have a look. So now we're maintaining a specific vertical speed, and we are almost on the LNAV, so we are gonna select it. So we follow the GPS. And look at that outside. This is one of the reasons I really like flying from Chicago, because you don't see the loading of the stuff. It's already kind of loaded and it looks amazing. If I'm able to play P3D on my next computer, just imagine how nice frame rates you'll get, how everything will be loading, etc. Or at least hopefully that would be really cool. Oh yeah, look at these, just very nice. I think all of these are part of the Druzveki Chicago, so they've done an outstanding job. Okay, we're above 10,000.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices.
We can actually go to IAS, so the speed mode. I think that's gonna be a bit helpful. We're climbing towards 15,000 feet. We're probably gonna get higher clearances up towards 25, which is our cruising altitude. I'm already gonna arm that. And now I'm just kind of guessing, but I think that's gonna be the case. Let's check the range in terms of weather. So we're acquiring the VX data. I don't think there was anything. Let me have a look quickly on the... we had no warnings of bad weather. Some icing, but that's further away from us. aka not within our flight path, so it's all looking good in that regard. And we're still climbing. Let's put that as our outside view. Still climbing. Once we're at 18,000, we can change the altimeter to standard. We'll do the landing lights off now, since we've gotten higher up. I think we can shut the ram air. You only want to use that on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. Pack 1, nothing. I need to read up on the pressurization, how that works. Or maybe not the pressurization, but the kind of air condition, etc. I think you want to have the Ford one, but maybe that's something from the Quality Wings one I've kind of inherited. Okay, we're flying towards Taze now. Outside view, still looking good. Looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean it's just amazing to see kind of the roads, and it's just very high quality, the photoreal here, due to the DD. I think it's due to the DD Chicago, but maybe some of these are actually just the ones generated from the ortho. Could be. Could be. Have we gotten higher clearances? Yes, we are getting it now.
Climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Walker 4003.
That's nice. The lights work on this one. But yeah, this is, as long as the autopilot works, this is a great aircraft. I have no complaints. The only complaints I've had is sometimes the autopilot is a bit weird, but that's about it.
Number 742, contact approach 124.35, have a good day.
2435, see you later, Southwest. 742.
I'm not sure about how this one is a TGT
Walker
maximum
400
continuous thrust
3
descent.
contact Chicago Center on 125.1.
Center on 125.1 Walker 4003.
Now if we got anything else on this miraculous little bird,
Center Walker 4003
doesn't
climbing
look like
flight level 210.
Oh, you can even change these ones. That's
Walker 400.
that's cool.
Good morning.
This is a really nice looking cockpit as well, I must say. Just Flight makes really good looking aircraft in terms of the cockpit. This is what you would want basically most planes to kind of feel like. Like imagine Just Flight making the 777 or planes like that. That would be amazing. But they found their nice niche, spewing out some very nice, well, maybe not spewing out, but creating some very nice aircraft plastics for Microsoft Flight Sim. Okay, we're still not climbing that fast, but we can climb a bit faster by adding a bit of thrust, because that's gonna make it easier to maintain the same speed with a higher climb ratio, as you can see. So we're getting above the clouds. Can change the view a bit, just have a look around. Looks very nice. It's such a very cool plane. The fun part is that I'm 100% certain I've flown with one of these at one point in my life, but I just can't recall when I flew. I was probably the Avro one, but still. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, we're reaching 18,000 now, so that means we'll go back to standard, which is that. Okay, 18,000. So only 7,000 to go for our cruise altitude, but a bit of time for God, now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time to get to our cruise altitude, or to the assigned altitude of 21,000. It's not a long flight, it's saying 32 minutes to go, decreasing. We have about 80 nautical miles to MKG, and after that the total descent is pretty soon. I think the same here, yeah, probably total descent after that. Still gonna take a bit of time. I'm gonna go and get something to drink and I'll be right back.
Walker 4003 climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250 Walker 4003.
7, contact approach 125.3, connect. 125.3 for holiday to 7.
American 1243 checking on 78 via the Lucky, set down to 240 and 270 knots in transition.
American 1243, center, send via the Lucky, 1 maintain 10,000, San Diego altimeter 699.
Down to 10,000 via the Lucky, and I'm sorry, give me the altimeter again, American 1243.
American 1243 is 299 and keep the 270 knots.
Alright, 270 knots, 299 down to 10,000, American 1243.
Right behind in Frontier Flight 1195, level, I'm sorry, in it is in 319240 on the Lucky arrival. Copy, keep 999, go ahead. Frontier 1195, welcome, send via the Lucky 1 maintain 10,000 and 270 knots. 270 knots, 10,000, send via the Lucky arrival, Frontier Flight 1195, welcome, thanks. Delta 884, contact approach 124.35, 2435, Delta 884.
Southwest 911, 11-2, flight level 230.
Southwest 911, center, can you?
Southwest 911, 11-2, flight level 230.
Southwest 911, center, can you?
Good evening. Hey, when you get a moment, we'd like to change our flight. We're going off as well for Southwest 911.
Southwest 911, roger, what do you want to do?
We'd like to go from here to Imperial, and then J18 to Gila Bend, San Simone, El Paso, J183 to Fusco, and then Pillow Lakes number 2 to Austin.
Alright, Southwest 911 for now,
Okay, let's see. Still climbing. Almost at our flight level of 25,000. Only about 23 minutes to go, according to Pilot ADC. Let's see if they have a good approach.
Walker 4003, contact
Vectoring,
Chicago Center
yeah.
on 128.5.
Seems to be some sort of plan.
Center on 128.5 Walker 400.
And we're now flying across the... what's this one called?
Center Walker 4003.
I always forget the
level 250.
the name of the lakes. I need to Google that so I
Walker
don't spread
400.
misinformation.
3, good afternoon.
Lake Michigan. Oh, it is Lake Michigan. I was told Lake Michigan. And what's that lake? Huron. Okay, so I probably have those switched up. Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Superior. Must be nice to have a boat around here. Probably a lot of people do. Talking about that, can we see any boats here? That's not the end of the world, but a bit weird. Let me see quickly. Just the traffic options. Yeah, we do have it on. So maybe there's just not any
Walker 400.
boats.
3 expect the ILS approach
But
to runway
that also makes
05
sense.
at KMBS International Airport. Maintain flight level
Oh well.
250.
C'est la vie.
Expect the ILS approach to runway 05. Maintain flight level 250 Walker 400.
Yeah, we'll maintain. But we need to slow down a bit. Because we are gonna get into some trouble. Oh, engine 1 was a bit lagging there. Let's pull down a bit more. And possibly a bit more. We don't wanna overspeed. Are we overspeeding or are we now maintaining? Looks like we're maintaining 18 minutes or that does look super tight. Maybe best to it went down. But just tiny amount. Let's slow down a tiny bit on all 4 engines. So we're gonna fly over Grand Rapids. Sucks with those window thing. Always kills the immersion when you find something that's not really on point. In terms of everything though, it's looking good. Fuel levels are looking fine. Fuel used looks reasonable. Makes sense that the 4th one has used a bit more. Interesting that the 2nd one has used similar amounts as the 4th one, while the 3rd one is a bit lower. But oh well, nothing too weird about that. And everything else is looking pretty good. So that's nice. Now it's just about the landing and making sure we get that right. Is there anything we can do on this one? And on the announcements, it's a very basic, crude kind of autopilot. Sorry, autopilot EFB. The autopilot is also very basic though, in the sense that, well, basic is not the wrong word, but less detailed compared to some of the modern ones.
Descend and maintain flight level 190.
Maybe not detailed, maybe that's also the wrong word. Less developed. Okay, so 19,000 feet. We are getting those descent clearances, and we are gonna start descending. So let's do descent. And let's, can we descend with IIS, or is that just a climb? So we're gonna slow down quite a bit. Okay, let's see, we can probably see a bit of a higher descent rate now. Yeah, look at that. Maybe even a bit too high. But okay, we're not gonna complain. Let's just maintain for now. 190. We'll arm that as well, just to make sure we don't miss anything. No clouds. I mean, some of these look a bit treacherous. AK potential local thunderstorms, but nothing popping up. And this is very kind of US, this kind of square. Everything is kind of squared. It's very interesting to see actually. probably very efficient, but yeah, very different than Europe. Even though Europe also differs in lots of ways between the different countries, of course. Okay, 22. Let's slow it down a bit more. In terms of our VREF, maybe we can do a full 33 flaps landing. That feels like a good idea. And anything else we need to do? Let's check the volts on everything here. Looks good. Yeah, battery look good. That looks good. I wonder how these ones work. Hey, it doesn't do anything, or is it just there for show? I think actually this one has failure simulation. Cancel call, yeah, let's do that. But you have to set it up separately. So that's pretty cool, which does make this more than kind of close to a high fidelity simulation of the BAe 146. Okay, soon at 19,000, still 100 nautical miles to go, but only about 14 minutes, at least in this speed, or with this speed. So we are flying very quickly. Gonna slow down a bit, let's see if we get further clearances.
Walker 4003 altimeter 3014 descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
13,000
altimeter
feet.
3014 descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Walker 4003.
Yeah, let's see if we can maintain with the speed we're having, 13,000. Okay, a bit bumpy using IS. I assume it wouldn't be the most common thing to use. But the passengers are still very satisfied, so that's nice. Gonna continue to slow down. We are not descending that quickly. We wanna be at around 5.5. But I guess if you slow down too much, wouldn't the bleeds? I guess there would be some. Wouldn't pick up enough airflow, right? I don't know. Maybe idle is enough. Probably idle is enough for the packs. Okay, 17,800. Okay, now we should set the altimeter. It was 3014. So we can put that in. And we're descending through some nice cumulus clouds. You can see the nice shadows that they are creating down below. And what else? And anything we need to prep. We just need to remember to use this air brake, the spoilers. Very interesting that you deployed that while landing. Actually, I need to Google that again. BAe 146 spoilers landing. Full with wing spoiler, which will deploy immediately on landing. Let me check here some professional pilots discussion. Some 100-200 above threshold before touchdown. Okay, so it is used, but just before touchdown. That's good to be aware of. Okay, let's see. Still slowly descending here. in Michigan. So nice with 4 engines. It is of course good for the environment and for fuel efficiency to not have that many engines, but they are pretty. That's for sure. Can we see the engines from the inside? Yeah, we can at least see one of them. So that's good. Okay. So let's see, we're almost at 13,000. We want to slow down a bit soon. 44 nautical miles till the airport, so yeah, we have some ways to go. Minimums are 870, so that means it's probably around 500 feet, 666 for the touchdown zone. Okay, that's
Walker
an interesting number.
403
Health Airport.
and maintains 7,000 feet.
Okay, we want to descend, but we want to
Descend
slow
and
down.
7,000 feet, Walker 4003.
So I'm just gonna let it go to 13,000 and then start slowing down towards 250. I'm gonna use the air brakes a bit to get us to slow down a bit quicker. Then I'm gonna start putting in the 7,000 feet. Let's see. Slowing. Wanna be a bit below just to leave some wiggle room. I'm gonna arm, IS, remove the spoilers. Yeah, let's see. The seatbelt sign should probably come on. Yeah, oh, it picked it up. That's interesting. Okay, they're not as satisfied, so I guess it's been a bit of a bumpy ride with the descent. Okay, slowing down a bit more. Soon at 10,000 feet. Why are we climbing? That's odd. Okay, let's see, now we're descending again. Let's see how it works, the descent one, if it's not working properly with the IAS. What's the warning? Air supply. Do we need the RAM one? Or is it because we don't have enough thrust? Yeah, thrust probably. Okay, descending through 11,000. What's the weather at the airport? So the destination weather is 170 at 8 knots, 1021, so the one we already have. Visibility is good. Yeah, nothing special. Air supply still too low. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna increase the thrust a bit. Oh, and that was just the clouds. We were not spinning out of control. Easy to misinterpret that. At least when the clouds kind of move weirdly in P3D, I sometimes get caught off guard. I use the recirculation of air, or recircled air instead of fresh air. Okay, we got again the air supply. Why aren't they? Because we are not using. Is it just because we're descending, so we need to have a bit of a higher thrust? Let's just decrease a bit. Okay, we're 9,000. Okay, still descending, but slowly. If we use the air brakes, will that help us descend quicker? Yeah, a tiny bit actually. That's interesting. And if you're landing at London City, you basically deploy them immediately as you are on final descent.
2677 or 2689.
So that's interesting. So that's like a 5 nautical mile descent with them deployed. And it's back here, right? You can see it's a very interesting
Walker
mechanism.
4003 descend and maintain 2,400 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,400 feet. Walker 4003.
2,400.
Walker 4003 contact Great Lakes approach on 126.45.
Are we gonna be getting any sort of
approach on
approach
126.45
vectoring
4003
sooner rather than later?
Approach Walker 4003, descending to 2,400 feet.
We're descending, but
Walker
we
4003,
still need some
good
vectoring.
afternoon.
That's the airport we're landing at. That's nice. I'm assuming it's that runway we're running on, not that one. Could be wrong though. 5. No, it's probably that one actually. The long one. It's probably that one. Would be nice if we started getting some vectoring today, maybe?
Walker 4003, you are 11 nautical miles west of the airport. Altimeter 3014 cleared direct CF05, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 05 at MBS International Airport.
So a direct to CF. Is that
Altimeter 3014.
Let me have a look.
Direct CF05. Then
Can you
cleared
put
for
it
the ILS approach to runway 05 at MBS International
CF
Airport. Walker 4003.
05. Doesn't seem to be that one. Let's delete it. Let's go direct to Ulster. That might do the trick. And I'm gonna slow down, and I'm gonna check the charts just to see what Ulster. What we're supposed to be at 2,400 at Ulster. Okay, so we can probably keep the descent rate we're having now. I'm gonna throttle down quite a bit. Are we really turning towards Ulster though? What are we flying now? Direct to... let's see, flight plan. I thought they were gonna give us the vectors, but because we're definitely not at Ulster, we are quite far away from that. I mean, technically we know where we can see the nav here. So one thing we could just do is just do this manually. Not that difficult. We'll turn something like this, I would say. We'll switch this to normal nav. And that will give us the right... let me see. We want to have that, so now we have the localizer. We want to add a bit of thrust. Or quite a bit, we don't want to stall out. And we do...
572, cutting approach 126.6, traffic no factor.
And we do want to turn a bit. You can see not the most pretty surroundings here. I'm really not happy with the photoreal in these places. It looked much better with the Orbex. But there's really not that many good autogen to buy, but I've been thinking of getting some of them. I think Nuvecta has some. Okay, and we wanna did we write that correctly? Ulster? Yeah, I have no clue why that's not working. But nevertheless, that's only about 6 nautical miles, so we want to go a bit further. And we want to turn a bit to the right, I would say more to get, because basically we want to get in a way so we can just kind of turn and then get on final. I think we can slow down a tiny bit. Okay, we can turn a bit more. But yeah, a bit strange. There were supposed to be vectors in. Even though I guess technically we should be able to fly. But yeah, it's a bit weird how you get these. I think it's basically you're not supposed to really fly any sort of approach with these. You're supposed to be vectored in. But I think this is kind of good. We'll slow down quite a bit, and we'll turn to 300. And since we're going to do 5-3, we want to turn to 330 once we have turned to 300. So we don't want to miss basically or overshoot the final. So I'm going to add a bit more turning. Something like that maybe for now. We can do the runway exit lights. Put those on. And keep the ram air on. Anything else? Nothing I can think of specifically now. We probably want to turn a bit more just to make sure we get on the glide slope. Now I need to remember, is it GSL that's the landing one? Yeah, I think so. Okay, something like that should do the trick. Maybe a bit more of a turn. We can slow down a bit more. We should soon be on final. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can see the localizer moving.
Clear.
So let's turn.
I'm sorry about that. Falcon 108 Bravo Kilo, cutting approach 120.4. 20.4, 130 Bravo Kilo.
Okay, so localizer. We're gonna follow that now. I'm gonna drop the gears and add a bit of thrust. What's it doing? What's it doing?
439,
Don't overshoot. Okay, I'm gonna take control. I probably messed that up.
Speed check below 205. Select flaps 18. Localizer captured.
I think that's the settings you should have picked.
Walker 4003 altimeter 3014 at MBS International Airport contact Saginaw Tower on 120.1.
So it's looking good, we're not too low.
Altimeter 3014.
Our speed at landing is 116, so we can slow down quite a bit.
Speed checked below 180. Select flaps 24. Speed checked below 170.
Tower Walker
Select
400.
captured.
3 inbound for
Okay,
ILS.
so localizer is captured. Let me just change
Walker
the view a bit.
4003, good afternoon. Continue
Speed check
ILS to
below
runway
145.
05 call when
Select
established
flaps
on
34.
final.
Okay, and we can go to
Continue
flaps
ILS
full.
runway 05 will call when established on final Walker 4003.
And let's remember to use the speed brakes in a timely manner. Okay, we can see the runway. The speed is a bit too slow. We are kind of on glide slope now, so we want to maintain. So that's good. We're a bit to the left. think the weather was quite clear. Now I don't remember what the wind was saying, but I think we might be able to avoid crabbing. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit more speed. Try to level off a bit. 116 is our landing. Okay, let's continue. Still not continue. We're within the boundaries. That's fine. We're not too far off the diamonds. Okay. Okay, let's see now. We are getting down.
Walker 4003 winds are 177.
Still a
at
bit
8
low
knots.
actually.
Cleared to land runway 05.
Okay, now
Clear
it's
to land
looking a
runway
bit better.
05 Walker 400.
Okay, I forgot to call when we were established, but that's fine. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. Okay, we can let it drop down a bit now. Control down. Maybe we'll have to do actually a bit of left crab. Some. Oh, that's odd. I think we're looking pretty okay. 100. Okay, it was okay. I was able to deploy the speed brakes, etc.
Report clear of active.
Okay, let's see.
Brake pressure seen.
Okay, brake pressure seen, but
80 knots.
pretty late. We'll miss that. Let's try to stay on the center line. Okay. We can go to flap 0. I'm gonna start the APU so we don't forget to do that. I'll continue braking. Okay, okay, pretty good. Let's have a look at the replay and we'll judge harshly. But it felt like it was okay. A bit bad with the vectoring, but oh well. You live and you learn. 530C is very good when it works, but sometimes it doesn't. Walker 4003 ready to taxi.
Walker 4003 contacts Saginaw ground on 121.7 for taxi clearance.
Okay, let's do taxi. We can leave the runway. We don't
Ground
need
on
the strobe.
121.7 for taxi. Walker 4003.
We have APU power available. So I guess we can shut these other ones and just have APU air. Walker 4003 ready to taxi.
Walker 4003 taxi to gate 6 via Alpha, Bravo. Hold short runway 14.
Okay. Not sure where
Taxi
that
to
one
gate
is.
6 via Alpha, Bravo. Hold short runway 14.
Doesn't
Walker
look to be at the main
4003.
terminal. So maybe we just want to go to the main terminal anyway. I always forget which one. They should just have one that's approach. Yeah, it'd probably VL and GSL, something like that. Or maybe it was only GSL. But yeah, my mistake. Shit happens. Okay. Let's taxi back. What does Walker Air say? 209 feet per minute. Okay. Maybe a bit high in terms of pitch. 5 degrees pitch. No bank though, so that's good. Wind at 170 at 8. So there was a bit of wind from the right, which makes sense why we have to crab a bit to the left. I hope we can see the spoiler on action in the replay, but let's see. Flight directors, we can turn those off. Same with the weather radar, no real need for that. And also actually with the what's it called? The blanking totally now. But with the traffic system. So we don't need that, right? Since we have landed, no need to squawk anything. And okay, so they wanted us to park there, but I have no. I don't feel like that's a parking lot for us. I think this is more the commercial one. So we're gonna park here. We're gonna ignore their taxi instruction and do it our own way, which is the right way. And we can just take the first one here basically. It's quite interesting that they even have jetways. I would just have people walk directly to the plane. I mean, wouldn't that have been cheaper? Maybe not as nice if it's raining, but oh well. There are worse problems in the world. Okay, let's turn these off. And let's we can just do fresh. And let's taxi and park at number 2. No follow me needed. We can just do envoy. And we'll turn here nicely. Let's see, what kind of planes do they usually have here? Probably not a lot of these. Avro, CRJ 1000, 737, 327, A320, 789. Okay, we can just stop here. Okay, lovely. Engine 4, engine 3, engine 2, engine 1. Everything is closing down. We have the APU gen. We'll close pilot to ADC. We'll let the passengers get going. Probably want to do other things. We'll do seatbelt signs off. I'll open the forward PAX door. Are the engines closing though? Oh, there we go. Sorry. No engines were closing there. That's a bit odd. But now they are. Okay. We have an accepted flight. That's great to see. I'll close smart cars. We'll have a look at Pack X. We have the D board. We'll end flight 213. Okay, so pretty good. And now,
doors to manual and cross check.
And look at this. I really like this airport just because you have the interior, right? So let's say if we add like a static preset, let's call it gate 2, just because why not? And let's say we wanna have it somewhere nice. We could just add it like here, for example, the preset position for the static viewpoint. We can update that. Then basically you can kind of walk into the airport and have a look around. So if any one of you are kind of based at or have flown to this airport, I guess you can comment below if you think it's true to life. I mean, you even have the computer screens. Quite unreadable though. Some food, backplane. So I mean, I think this is one of the few airports that has this in P3D. It makes sense in these small ones though. I mean, this is a really small one, right? But yeah, let's watch the replay actually, just so we don't forget to do that. And that's on. Let me see. Analysis, instant replay. 460. 560 should be far back. So we are coming in a bit weird. No need for us to. I mean, usually we come in with the nose down with this airplane. My problem was that I went way too slow. I should have a higher thrust rating or something, or maybe not deployed flaps as quickly as I did. But let's see if we can see the spoiler being deployed, because I did deploy it just before touchdown, but I might not show. At least we can see the flaps being down. Oh yeah, there we can see. Look at that. Okay, pretty good landing actually. I am surprised. That was nice. We kind of skid off a bit to the right, so I was not paying enough attention. But apart from that, very nice. It's very beautiful, this Orbex KMBS airport. I'm a big fan. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was longer than I thought, almost 2 hours. But hopefully, you know, you learned something. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, until next time, take care and see you.